Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Uzair Akbar, 20TE16. Today I am going to perform DSP lab number 3 and we have total of 6 tasks. So moving on towards these tasks, first of all I would like to discuss about the two main commands used in this lab which are impulse sequence and step function. So first of all, we have given a function with values impulse sequence n0, n1, and n2, and we need to generate xn. So we have put values n is equal to n1 and n2 ratio. And value of x is equal to n minus n naught. So which gives us the result 0. So this was about the impulse sequence. Now moving on toward the task 1 of this lab we are performing today. So this task 1 says that we have impulse sequence given, and we need to subplot these to 1 to 1 and 1 to 2. So in the first case we will plot it nx, and in the second we will stem nx. So when we plot this, we get this result as shown on the screen. So now moving on toward the step sequence, we will discuss step sequence. So what is step sequence? Step sequence is we have assigned a function with values. As we can see that there is a difference that we have used value of k in this. We did not use k value in impulse sequence, but here we used another value which is k. We can see in the function on the first line and also in the last line of this code that we have the addition of k from in the impulse sequence, and which gives us the step sequence. So when we run this, and it is giving errors, not so we need to sort out this problem. So that is the task number 3 with the result as we can see that we have step sequence. As I mentioned before, there are two plots showing that it will give us two different plots in the same region, and as we run this program, it will give us the output in the step sequence manner. So moving on toward the task 3 of this lab. So this asks us to, is it possible to construct the shifted version of unit step sequence by summation of deltas? So first of all, I would like to say that yes, it is possible. So we have assigned values n1 and n2. So also furthermore we have given initiative unit step sequence, and so when we plot this, this value comes out to be like this. So this is the value of this task 3 of this lab, as we can see the difference between these two. So now we will discuss the lab task 4, which is simple, and we have length of the function as x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and n is equal to x minus 1. So as we can see that in this task we will have an original signal, and we need to separate even part of the signal and odd part of the signal. As we plot this, So we get an output like this. So as we can see that on the top side we have an original signal, and in the middle we have even part of the signal. But we can see the difference between even and odd, because even part is all above the positive side, but over the x-axis. But when we see the odd part, the uh, half of the signal is above the line and the remaining is below the line. So this is the difference between even and odd, as and also the original signal which is shown, which was shown. So moving on toward the task 5. So we will convert this continuous signal to discrete signal. So we have assigned values like t values, f is equal to 1, ff, and ts, which is as we know that t is equal to 1 over f. So when we plot this, we have a continuous time signal in the above figure. We can see that, and the below figures show that discrete time signal. So this is now the last task of our today's third lab. So we will discuss unit impulse sequence here. So we have different three. We took three different signals: x1, x2, and x3. We need to plot these three signals in a different manner, because these have different commands. So when we need to plot these three signals in hold on commands. So now we plot this. Just a second. So this is our output for signal 1, and here's the signal 2. As I mentioned, there are three signals. So this is the to amplitude of this first signal, and this is shown for the second and the third respectively, as we given the values to. So this was our lab third. So see you in the next lab. Take care. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.